Hello, good evening, everybody. Um, I'm just letting my Facebook load up and we can start. Today, there's electricity issues. It's raining outside. I am on a battery backup, but things must go on. Things will go on, and we will try to do this interview and hope that there are no glitches. Um, we have yet another mom joining us today. She's a professor and I would like to welcome Soumya. She's been watching this movement grow in the last, I think, 2 months, and she initially started it when came into this movement when it didn't start this way. So welcome, Soumya, and I'm glad that you are here. You made it to the 56th mother position. Um, let's go and introduce yourself. Why don't you just go and introduce yourself? What is Soumya till here? In the best possible way, because we might just have electricity issues, so we will not take this interview very long. But let's just take Soumya ahead and introduce her to the audience.
Thanks, Shika. And just a tone of gratitude here. I would like to thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And of course, my lovely friend Kavita. I think the universe, they say, I'm also using the word universe now, that has conspired for me to be part of this great movement. And I have seen this movement from day one to what it has grown today. It's mind boggling. And I wish you all success in this endeavor of yours. And Shika, you rightly said we have very limited time considering the fact that we have lots and lots of issues coming
So
in
we might
terms of
go on, but at least the basic parts we should finish because
correct.
uh,
And Shikar asked me to introduce myself. And one thing which I always loved and whatever I am today is because of my communication skills. I believe in brevity is the soul of the wit. You got to be precise and you got to convey who you are.
right.
Technically, I'd like to introduce myself in two ways. If you're looking for a very structured answer, I am a teacher, I'm a trainer, I'm a proud mom, wife, a person who believes in living the moment. That's Sowmya Narayanan. But if you ask me the other answer, or if you ask me another definition of who Sowmya is, she's a person who appreciates the chaos in the world. She is the person who appreciates the unstructured, whether it's a process or the phenomenon that's happening around her, and likes to bring in a structure in everything that she does or she sees. So I'm a person who loves to bring in clarity in any kind of confusion that's around me, and just be happy and put yourself in the moment with absolute indulgence. And I think you can be very, very happy about the past, and you can be looking forward for the future as well. So that's Saumya in a nutshell, Shika.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being both poetic and being formal introduction as well. And I must tell the audience that she's a professor and she's very proud of her students. She shows up for her students in every way. But what really touched me about Soumya's story was that she uh, she was doing very well, and then she had twins, and then she raised them, and at the age of 45 went ahead and did her PhD. So most women, when they're raising their children, once the children are grown, they think we can't study, we can't do further. But she
Shika, I think there's an interruption.
Yes, yes, I could see you were frozen. So my internet shows unstable. uh,
Mine shows a lot of stability because it's got full
no,
Mbps as well.
I
Yeah,
know. It's the strong winds that are outside
yeah, yeah.
that are creating this issue. And I can see that the Facebook. I can you see Facebook Live right now?
Yes, I can see that.
Are we again there?
Yes, it is. It shows live on Facebook recording as well.
No,
So
but
we played it.
are we frozen or can you see?
No, 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 no. I'm able to see your movement as well.
Yeah, because on my screen we are frozen. So we'll go ahead. So I was just saying, I was going on, and I was just saying that what touched me the most about your story was the fact that once your kids were there, You dedicated yourself to your kids. You had twins, and then you dedicated yourself to them, and then moved further. And at the age of 45, completed your PhD and moved further and became the professor that you wanted to be. Let's talk about that journey quickly here, Soumya. And even if I freeze, you just keep talking because you're stable. It'll keep going on.
Writer. I think uh, that has given me a great experience. In fact, in any of my faculty development programs or any chance I get to, inspire people or speak to people, whether be it a female or be it a male as well, I just tell them only one thing, that life is all about choices. You design your outcomes and you actually determine your choices as well.
Right.
There is nothing called time. According to, probably I'm a physics student, I'm going to use this term, time is very relative. Time, in fact, I would say doesn't exist as well. So you determine what you want to do. And I love the vicissitudes in life that comes, and I love to rise to the challenges of all the changes that comes my way. Yes, I was born and brought up in IIT Madras, and typically an urban kid, got married, had to settle down in a village, and then my twins. I was completely lost. I really didn't know what is going to happen to my career. But then I decided, let my husband actually flourish in his career. I think it's important for a mom and the dad to do mutual sacrifices. So I have a great person as a husband, Mr. Narayanan. So I told him, okay, fine, you come up in your life. This is a time for me to contribute to my students, to my children. Absolutely no regrets whatsoever. I raised my children. I was there when the kids needed me the most. And when they were in the fourth standard, that's when I told my husband, can we move? Can we make a small change? Can I move to a urban location somewhere in Vellore where I can join the VIT University and continue with my career? I know I lost about 7 to 8 years. People say that if you have a break in career, you cannot do anything. Who said? I mean, I'm a real testimony to this. So almost 10 years I lost. I joined VIT. Just imagine, people at my age were already professors. I just joined as a junior professor. But then I think it was my knowledge and the way I kind of, kept myself aware of what's happening, that I was recognized as a good communicator and a good person who could share knowledge very well. I slowly rose up, and I was extremely determined that whatever studies I have done, I will have to culminate it into a PhD. And at 45, you believe it, I did my PhD. And I think that was one of the greatest moments. So when we had a lot of people who have spent a lot of years doing their PhD, I started only when I was 41. In just a matter of 3 years, I was determined. I had a PhD. And more importantly, it was my husband's support that now he decided, okay, fine, I want you to do well in your career. So this was the time that I did extremely well, put my heart and soul into what I wanted. And today I am a recognized professor in a very reputed college in Bangalore. So it's all about your choice. Okay, even if that time is lost, don't worry. You have your passion, you know your path, you know how to achieve it. I think sky is the limit.
Of course, of course. And that's what this whole project is about, Soumya. The project is about the fact that yes, we become moms. Yes, many things happen. You had twins. Twins itself is quite a it's a job.
Quite a lot.
Oh yes, I can absolutely imagine raising twins is a job. And so while you were raising them, did you ever feel that you would be getting back to it, or you had already given up the whole concept that maybe this doesn't happen for me now?
Shika, many a time I have to admit that as soon as I delivered the kids, I was basically a very gregarious person, an extrovert. The minute I saw both the kids, I'm going to share an honest truth here. I got into some kind of a depression. Are these kids manageable? Do you think that I do have that skill in me, the potential in me to raise these kids? But that's when my family played a major role. They said, Soumya, you can do it. For some time, you have to contain yourselves in the house. I was not used to staying at one place and just looking at two kids. How am I going to really manage them? But I think it was my determination that overpowered this whole thing. And I enjoyed. That's exactly what I'm saying. Every time life throws a challenge at you, enjoy it. I think the whole thing will kind of come down. So I enjoyed this after some time. Initially it was very, very scary, but then over a period of time, I love to see my children grow. I love to see the fact that my husband also did well in his career. And then when it was my time, all of them pitched in for me. So I think this is all about life, sharing and caring. Shika, I'm not able to hear your voice now, Shika. You're Yeah, you're
Yeah,
muted. Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So I am still recovering from a cough. So when I start coughing, usually I keep it on mute so that the cough doesn't interfere with what you're saying. But you know, this is what it is all about. You know, somewhere that we uh, we figure out the way and we do what is right to do, and then we step up into our power and then do the things we need to. And that's why it's very beautiful that when I read in the whole story, when I you sent me a story and I read it, for me the most beautiful part was that so what if there's a break, so what if we need to stop for some time to take care of our children. We can still start studying again, we can still become a professor, we can still move forward. And that itself is a very inspirational journey, because this story gets attached to your next generation, and then they know that my mom didn't give up. My mom didn't just become a mom and then said, okay, fine, I'm just a mom now and I cannot do anything. Time is gone. I'm 45 years old. I cannot do it. And that itself is a great ripple effect to go down to your children, because that is something that's what I'm trying to say through this book, that let's rise. And all the moms who are coming in have these examples of how they have risen irrespective, and hence you are going to be an inspiration in this book as well for many mothers. That so what if you're 45, you can still study, and now you're a successful professor, with a very beautiful story that also about your teaching. A student of yours had come. Let's talk about that before we go on to the self-portrait movement and talk to you about that.
Yeah. uh, I'm a person who just loves quotes, So I always believe this is a very famous quotation about a teacher. It says, the one who teaches needs to be appreciated more than the ones who have actually produced the students, because the children are just, produced by the parents, but it's the teachers who give them the art of living well, actually. So we are the ones who actually mold the students, and we tell them that this is the way life is going to be very beautiful. And the sense of satisfaction comes to you when there is some kind of an acknowledgement. And this is a story which I've already put up in my blog as well. I walk in after so many years. I'm going to narrate it the way I wrote my blog. I walk in after so many years for this particular wedding where I was invited by this deaf student of mine and also a dumb student. Both, I mean, he was mute. And as soon as I walked, I thought, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was not a deaf and dumb student. There was another story. This is about the blind student who actually called me for the wedding. And I was given this challenge of training him in spoken English in the town that I told you before, before I started my career. And I thought this guy's not going to recognize me, but then his parents were known to my husband, and so we went for the wedding. As soon as I stepped into the wedding hall, well, he was actually looking at his wife, and they were all smiles. Suddenly, he said, when I was just approaching him, he said, "That is my English teacher." And I had goosebumps everywhere. I said, I was really shocked. He said, "This is my English teacher who taught me how to communicate well." And I learned that he has become an advocate in one of the high courts in Chennai. See, this is what is all about acknowledgement for the work that you do as a teacher. I was shocked. I said, "How did you recognize?" I said, "How can I forget this teacher of mine who brought in a lot of confidence in me?" So I always keep telling the teachers that this is one profession where you might not get immediate results. If you're a software engineer, it comes in the form of money and fame. If you're a scientist, you get fame. But then if you're a teacher, you would get a very, very delayed gratification. But then I'm going to tell you that it is worth the wait for. Just such small episodes is going to give you a lot of sense of happiness, exhilaration, and you feel that, yes, I'm on the right track doing the right things for people. And acknowledgement, which might come even after 20 years, gives you pure satisfaction that you are into a noble profession.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I got stuck again, but good that you're going on, because it's not.
I'm just going on Shika because I just see the live on Facebook. Yeah.
Yes, yes, because my internet is showing unstable again and again. But I realized over 54, 56 interviews, when my internet is unstable, the other person is still going live. So at least it's live on Facebook, and you can keep speaking, because I will catch up later when the interview ends of what parts I've missed.
Yeah,
Um,
that will be edited, I guess.
there's nothing edited. This is all real world, and that's why I don't delete anything. Whatever it is the way it is, and we have to move into it unapologetically. We have to keep I don't know whether I can't even see any comments. Are there people in comments? Can you see some people in comments right now on the Facebook live?
I'm not able to see that part of it because I'm in Zoom and I'm just
All
seeing
right.
that live symbol. I'm not going to touch anything and disturb what was happening now. I thought
I
let
know.
it be like this.
I know. I know. So let's move on to the fact that what attracted you the most when you joined my Zoom session, which was very first Zoom session, I think, or the second one, when I was talking about my journey as a photographer, about self portrait, about showing up, about the fact that we mothers don't need to step back, we don't need to shy away, we need to show up for our dreams. What made you so enthusiastic? Because you were one of the most enthusiastic one for sure in the group when it started. And you know, as I mentioned before, we were chatting yesterday, that it's not about showing up on social media. It's the feeling that, what feeling did you get that, you know, yes, self portrait is something I would like to discover. Not a selfie, but a self portrait. What made you get there?
Shiva, I'll have to admit that we move or we go back to the very first Zoom session. I was all excited because I never miss a program which is being referred to by Kavita because I know that it is of great quality and it's going to be time worth investing in. So the minute I stepped into the session and I listened to you, I was floored. I mean, this is not something which I'm just telling for the session. What I liked about what you said is the truth that every individual is unique, and I'm going to relate it to my student as well. I keep telling all the students, every one of you has got an intelligence that can be tapped.
Right.
And there is a theory behind it, Shika. It's called the theory of multiple intelligences by Dr. Howard Gardner. He says whether it is kinesthetically smart or you're visually smart, verbally smart, mathematically smart, you are smart. Cognition alone is not intelligence. So I looked at it. Oh gosh, here is a person who also says every woman is a unique person who needs to be just given that opportunity to showcase her talent, her skill, and her potential. That's what struck the chord for me. And from there, today, when I look at your movement, mind boggling. I think it's mind boggling is an understatement. You have gone leaps and bounds. And this whole movement, I'm just waiting for this to get over. And I want to make sure that whatever benefit I have derived, I want to just pass it on. Already, I have been speaking to multiple people. In fact, I wanted a lot of people to actually look into the session, listen to your other program as well. What are we aiming for? This is not for personal glory. This is not about Shika or Soumya trying to get into the social media because we are either ways very tech savvy maybe, or we try and get into the social media in some form or the other. It's for all those women who are the silent mothers who need to realize that they are also capable of giving to the world. And that is what even I'm looking at. Let every woman give to the world than what she has actually got from the world.
Yeah, and also now I just think it has also surpassed. Or there are silent mothers, there are expressive mothers, there are all mothers, there are every kind of mothers. If you see the 56 interviews, we have all the shades, and what I just say is they are just shades of mothers. Whether they're silent, whether they are expressive, whether they are savvy, whether they're confident, whether they are not, whether they've come for the first time. I have the whole range in 56, and I don't know what next 46 are bringing. And I don't know what all this movement will bring in terms of shades of mothers, because it's just not hundreds. Every mother is unique. Every mother brings something. All
I'm not able to hear you, Shika. I think
yeah,
I've lost you again. Yeah, there was a small moment of this one. Yeah.
I just think the way the network is working, every 3 4 minutes, it just makes me stuck for five
Okay.
seconds. When I get stuck, I stop. So I was just saying that this movement is also going to bring, more shades and more facts about the mother, because this is something that has not been explored, in spite of it being the most important part of this whole world. A mother, a heart, soul. So it's an immense pleasure to keep unveiling different shades of mothers. I'm a different shade, you're a different shade, everybody's a different shade of mother. And that's why this whole movement is becoming a very accepting movement, without even getting into the whole thing of what kind of a mother you are. We're just like, you're a mother, let's come in, let's talk, let's see, let's celebrate, let's honor, let's move forward. So that's the whole project now coming up. And I had promised you, I know that we have lack of time, but we've done the major things, so I still want to talk to you about your little bit about your interest in spirituality and what that was all about. What is it that made you feel that you need to be attached to a spiritual side of you? What attracted you there, and who was the biggest influence in that space for you?
A very tough question to answer, Shika. I'll have to admit, this is the very first time in my 52 years of life that somebody is touching upon something very sensitive. I'm going live on Facebook, but I think it's a beautiful time and the right opportunity. And probably, again, the universe has conspired me to give an expression to what I really went through. I think at the
Before you
age,
start, I must say that this is all curated, and
correct.
many mothers have come here and said the thing for the first time. Then life gets over, they're like, I don't know why we said what we said. So I just think it's become a very safe place for mothers to express. So it's time for you to express, and the world is cute. Like the universe is curating this all. We are just
Yeah.
here and figure
As I
it
was
out.
telling you, I've always been a very structured person, very systematic in whatever I do, very planned girl per se. I think at the age of 18, if I'm right, or my first year of post graduation, uh, uh, I'm really not able to tell whatever I'm going to share now is the right order of the day, or people have had this kind of an experience. I felt that I have discovered life. All right. And so much so that I was doing a management theory of Maslow's theory of needs, the hierarchy of needs. The last bit is what is known as the self actualization. So suddenly I started talking in terms of, Mom, I've achieved self actualization. My mom was a little worried. What is she talking about now? Self actualization. So, what do you mean by that? I said, see, I'm very content in what I am at this point in time. She said, you can't be. You're just an 18-year-old girl. But I said, I know what life is all about. And life is, I started deriving it like a formula. I said, it's not about ego. It is something about fear. If you have fear, it was like, a chessboard kind of a thing, and I've solved the pieces. And I said, yes, I've got the answer to life. Till date, Shika, I think I'm going to throw this question open to the public here as well. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, because the minute I started speaking about it, there were a lot of erudite, scholarly people who got in touch with me subsequently as well. And they told me, Soumya, it's not correct for you to share this part. I said, am I revealing the truth of life or something? And I did go and visit a couple of therapists as well. And this again I'm sharing today, but just to find out, because people know Soumya as a very brilliant girl who's been doing exceedingly well. She's an all-rounder sports person, basically because of the school. Why is she suddenly speaking about something like this? Why is she becoming so philosophical? It is not philosophical. It's not that I kind of shun away from everything that I do. I was very happy, bubbly girl. Everything is all there. But that, in the saint, in his face, you see the glow. Correct. I felt I have reached that elevation. I know what it is, and I've realized my potential. And I started speaking like this. And that's when I thought, okay, this is probably what is spiritualism all about. When you know that you have reached or actualized your potential. Shika, I don't know whether I'm making sense, but I'm glad that this has come out of my system today, Shika. So this is what is
Wow.
spiritualism. This is what is spiritualism according to me, Shika.
You know what happens is, Soumya, uh, we when we do the things when we do, and I know only one thing, because I've only always been blessed to follow my passion. And when you do the things when you do,
Again, I think we got lost. It's okay.
that's okay. I think that's the trend this thing is doing. Every
Yeah.
3 4 minutes it will do that for 2 3 seconds. So when you're called you're crazy, actually that's a very very good clue that you're doing everything right in life. That's what I believe, because most of the time we sit in a comfort zone and we stay there, and we keep patting our back saying that, wow, like, I mean, this is life, and we're amazing and everything is peaceful. But life just keeps moving on, up and down, up and down, up and down, and that's the ride of the life, that I realize. So I felt that, you like, for me it making sense, because you were actually doing the right thing at that time. And it's amazing that how we are guided to start asking for help, and it happens to mothers as well. When a mother says, I know my child, like, okay, I'll tell you this. uh, um, so with the first one, when I had my second one, by that time I had taken this health journey. I had already, studied a lot. We had reversed autoimmune in the house. I had headed a health movement because I dived deep into what reversal of diseases are and everything. And by the time I had my second one, I actually could see, and my instinct as a mother showed me that my baby is absolutely fine, right? But because you're in a hospital, the baby needs to go through tests. Why? Because we think that they should go through tests. And I'm like, but my baby seems healthy. That's my
Mm.
instinct. That's my cord. I know the baby is healthy. So I was absolutely against putting any kind of needles onto the baby. And the baby looks absolutely okay, you
Mm.
know? And then I get this because you're crazy. That's the first thing you're called. That's not the norm. You are supposed to test this baby. What if after 9 months there's a mental disorder that comes and then you come and blame us at the hospital that you did not tell me? But I know there is no mental disorder, nothing. I can see as a mother that Sam baby. So I'm giving an example when you're called crazy. So I was called totally crazy. Then the doctor comes and doctors try to convince me. And I'm like, my baby is absolutely healthy. I know it. Why are you trying to argue with my motherly instinct about that? So my husband stepped in and said, let's do it. It's just a test. I said, it's not about that. This baby's just coming. Why should he have needles poured in and blood tests taken out for it? Like, it's just not done. And it infuriated me, that why? And a test that's not needed because it's so called tests that we need to do because we're in a hospital. And then there was a convincing going on that after 9 months, if you come to know something's wrong with the baby, then what will happen? I said, when I come to know, then I'll come to you again and say, there's something wrong with my baby. Can we fix it now?
Correct.
Or by that time, you will not be mentally prepared. I said, I will be. So this argument was going on, and like there were a lot of eyes being rolled around because I take these kind of charges. So I gave in, like you gave in. It's like, fine, I'm crazy. Fine, I'm not thinking about my baby. Fine, and then I saw that baby go through for 25 minutes with a needle and scream and blood tests, and every baby goes through that because this test needs to be done. And the sister who came was not doing it well, and she's like, oh, crying is a normal thing. I said, a 2-day baby crying for no reason for 25 minutes, like I'm howling away, I'm crying away, and I'm just like, what are you doing to this baby? And I'm looking at my husband, say, I told you that this is. And the test came normal. I said, I told you the test is normal. You don't have to make him go through this or any baby go through
Correct.
this. So when you do things like these, and I regret it till today, I should have stepped in and say, stop. I know it. My motherly instinct is saying that there's nothing wrong, so don't do it. But if it's a formality, you cannot put this. And there are many things we do for formality somewhere. We do things that we must do because there's a norm that has been set. Even if our instincts, our spirituality, our knowledge, or everything is saying that's the right thing to do. So what happened to you is that, and most of us give in because we are outnumbered. Yes,
I think we've had the best interview with so many interruptions.
that's okay. Everything is there for a reason. But
Yes.
so I feel that sometimes they're outnumbered, and it happens to mothers. They keep saying that this is wrong with me, something is wrong with me, something is right with me. I know it, I take the charge. But people around us will keep telling us, no, this is not happening, this is not the norm, this is how it's supposed to be, this is not. And nobody is saying there are 100 shades, everything is different. My norm is different from your norm, my right is different from your right, your this thing is different from others. And then we feel absolutely isolated, and then we give in. And that's why this project, I'm trying to say that there are 100 shades of mothers and maybe there are a million shades of mothers. So let's not just keep saying that this is the right way of being a mom or this is the wrong way of being a mom. Let the mom guide it. And if she is in trouble, let's help her out. If she needs help, let's just help her out. But if she's confident that she can get through, let's acknowledge her, let's honor her, let's move forward with whatever she's doing. Because maybe in 2 years or 3 years, when the real baby time goes away, she's in charge. We don't know. But we put so much judgment that we go down. So I feel when I'm hearing your story, that you saying that I knew it and this is it and it's making sense. Doesn't matter it makes sense or doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What makes sense was you could experience this and you knew it. And I totally honor you for that, that you knew it. But also the fact that it's taken you so many years to keep it in your heart and not express it and feel ashamed of it. And maybe there was something wrong that I achieved too early. We were blessed. It's just the way we viewed it, it's just the way we viewed it, that we were blessed to have achieved the sense of what the life is, and so many other paths would have opened up with it, right? So I just think that you were meant to speak up, Soumya, for this here. And I'm telling you, as I was saying that, um, I was speaking to you and I wanted to speak to you, and when you started speaking, I knew that's what Soumya is inside, which she's hiding, because it's not the normal, it's the crazy, it's the Shikha crazy, it's the other crazy, everybody's crazy. You're not crazy, you're absolutely another shade of a human being, another mom, but you also kept quiet for harmony around you. You kept quiet because that way everything became harmonious around you for others. But I think now you've come too far and you have support of your children and family. Let's take this out maybe in the book in a nice way and figure out what you saw when you were 18 years old and bring it out in your self-portrait. I would urge you to explore that through the self-portrait, that what you felt, and it was not that you felt something, it was crazy. If you did feel that you saw life, you absolutely said it correct. I mean, fears is what, at the age of 18, if you knew that fears is what derives us and makes our decisions go haywire or in the right or wrong, that was the right thing to know. Like, absolutely right thing to know. And you just knew it early, and that's why it was crazy.
It's like solving a puzzle, like I was desperately looking for the final, it is like the Rubik's Cube, looking for the final solution. And I thought at 18, I got my answer. And it's not only that, as I was studying, I had a very scientific bent of mind. And whatever I found, I could easily apply. It got me success in everything. And not only success, the contentment. I'm speaking about the word contentment. At 18, when you start speaking about contentment, people will definitely look at you with a lot of suspicion. That's exactly what I was trying to say. And one more thing, Shika, I wanted to add here. Sometimes it's not about not sharing what you feel. You need to respect others as well. I wanted to respect my mother. I wanted to respect my uh, relatives. I wanted to respect my family. And I decided, let me tone down a little. But then every time, after 18, again after 10 years, again after 10 years, again after 10 years. So every 10 years, it's been coming out, and today it has come out beautifully. And I'm absolutely not ashamed about it, for the fact that I still believe that what I found is my self realization. I found out who Soumya is. And it also gives me a great foresight as to how I need to proceed further, what I need to do with my life, how I need to influence. Just one point about your book, Shika, if I may add. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just one point about your book. I think the book, the word for it is, it's a panacea, it's a cure all. You have a problem, you just go to that particular chapter, looking at the experience of that one particular mom, and you have your solution there. I think we should call it a cure all of all the problems that anybody can face in the life. A chapter will lead you to the solution.
Okay.
It's just my way
Soumya,
of looking at it.
Soumya. So, like, as I mentioned, for this whole thing that let there be harmony, let there be peace, let there be this thing, we do take step back, and there is sometimes no regret about it, because sometimes our family is bigger than us, our children are bigger than us. But if it keeps coming back to you and keep nagging to you, then you have to do something about it, right? And I want to ask you today, what did you see? What is it that you think you know that you found about life at 18, which you keep not even naming right now in the conversation? That I knew this is what it is. This is what life is. What is it that you thought was crazy about finding at the age of 18?
It's not about crazy. I don't know. I mean, we're going to go into something which is pretty deep or profound. As I was
That's
telling
okay.
you,
There's
yeah, no, no, it's
not
okay. I
enough
mean,
of
it's okay for me also. It's absolutely okay. So I used to think it is ego. That is the answer to almost everything that's happening around you. Later, I found out the answer is not ego. It is the four-letter word, which is fear. Shika, today I'm not in a position to probably convince you or not in a position to probably give you a very elaborate answer. But the minute I have got into this kind of discussion with scholars, with a lot of people who presumably are very experienced, it's just not about education. I don't believe in education. I believe in knowledge, experience. They are let's say the wealth of expertise that they have. Every time I brought this point, people have given me a very strange look, as if okay, eureka, she's hit the answer, and why is she talking about it? Sometimes I wonder, is it taboo? Is it something I'm not supposed to be telling everybody? And or should everybody find it out for themselves? That is my point. It's like this, you don't tell your child every time, don't do this, don't do this. Arey yaar, let him lead his life. Let him find out where the pitfalls are and let him overcome it. Why are you taking away the zest? Why are you taking away the joy from his life? Correct? So when I started revealing this answer in the public, I was kind of stopped. Hey girl, don't go over telling this to the world. It's like trying to tell me, okay, I was convinced that let people find it out for themselves. So maybe again, if this comes up, I think as I progress in life and start meeting multiple people, one fine day I'll also know that whatever I have been saying or what I've been doing is exactly what everybody has felt. Some of them have expressed, some of them have not. Period.
It's a simple thing, Soumya. You've not been hanging around with people who believe what you're saying is right. You just have to find your own people. Not everybody agrees to the project I'm doing here. Not everybody is aligned to the project I'm doing here. Not everybody is going to say that, what are you doing, Shikha? Why don't you go earn some money? What are you doing sitting here doing these 100 interviews? Are you wasting your time doing that? This much time you would have earned this much money. Where are you going to get all this money to do this big, big things that you're announcing? Oh, I will support this charity. What if you fail, right? But what have I surrounded myself with? My 100 mothers who believe in me. They are coming in because they are believing in me. So I decide to surround with myself with people who believe in me. So I get elevated and I go forward. So I just feel that sometimes we need to go and find who is it who will believe me, and then have the conversation with them. And if you find your own people, they will never tell you you're crazy. They will never tell you. They will like, oh my god, you don't think like that. Oh my god, this is amazing, unbelievable. And that's what happens to me when I find mothers who think like this. And then they just go crazy when I talk to them. Oh my god, Shika, how are you thinking like this? And I'm like, I don't know. This is what it is, and this is what I feel. So through this interview, I'm just trying to say that let's knock at the door of people we like people who understand us, right? There's no need to talk to everyone, but there's definitely a need to talk to someone. We definitely need to talk to someone because there is a someone who literally understands us. Yeah, you're back. Yeah. So I just want to bring this out that um, I I actually invite you to make the space that place where you will find your people who will understand what you're saying, right? So let's have your self portrait about what you wanted to say for so many years and get that story out, because that's the story that needs to release so that through you, many people can release their stories somewhere. You're absolutely amazing, but you're just hiding it. And that's what this project is about. Do not hide. Let's say it. Shika's crazy. She doesn't want her child to have injection. That's okay. No injection for my kid. No blood test for my child. I am crazy. I will stand by it. I didn't, because I did the same thing. I was, I believed I was crazy. I believed that they're right. I believed I'm the crazy one. But I knew it. How do you explain somebody you know and you meet somebody on the other side? And that's the time you feel I want somebody who can stand next to me and not feel that I'm crazy and say, yeah, Shikha, right. You should not get the injection. And that was my father. And I called him and I said, this is what they did to him. And he was furiously like, why did you allow them to do it when you knew that, you don't need to get him through this injection? Like, this is a silly test when you knew it. Why did you allow him? And I'm telling you, it infuriates me today, not what they did, but what I did. And it's just might be a small little thing, but these small little things keep building up because that becomes our attitude towards life. We keep putting our instinct, we keep putting things back, and that's the attitude. And we say, for bigger good, we're doing it. Maybe even bigger good is supposed to happen if we actually expressed it. What about that big good that we were meant to be? That was a blessing that was given to us. And that's what I'm stepping in at 40. I'm going to turn 40 in 2 months and 3 months, and I'm saying, yes, I was meant to be peaceful and harmonious and everything, but I was also meant to do bigger things. And I will step into it and I will do it. So I invite you to please use these 2 pages for not the story that Soumya has already lived and gave me, but the story that Soumya has not lived, and release it through this book to the world outside. And whatever help you need, we'll help you, Soumya, to do that.
Thank you, Shika. I think that was splendid, and it's going to really set me thinking. And as you said, I always believe that you do some hard work and then you reach some kind of success which you're satisfied, right? So maybe try and put some hard work and try and understand how best I can communicate this aspect of mine and see where this whole thing goes. And it'll be great if it's not that you're expecting everybody to acknowledge that, but then you have a sense of satisfaction that you have put it out rightly to the right kind of people. And once again, I think it's a brilliant movement. It's a brilliant idea. And I'm just waiting for the culmination and waiting to see the 100th mom. And I'm waiting to see the happiness in Shika's face and waiting to celebrate this with all of us, where I think the journey has taken up a very, very, very beautiful shape. And I think, as you said in your other interview with Debbie, that we are just at the beginning. We are just at the beginning, and I'm sure this is going to have a lot and lot of ramifications. We're going to have lots and lots of, it's the root that we have actually established. And I think it's really going to spread. And who knows, we're going to create, I think, a fantastic worldwide global movement. I know it's already global, but this is
Already
going to
global.
really help all those moms to make or to help them realize who they are. And as a result of which, I think everyone is going to lead or reach that contentment or the realization of their potential. Thank you
One
so
life at a
much.
time.
Thank you so much for that interview, Shika. I really don't know. There were lots of interruptions, but let's see how it shapes up.
No, you were absolutely clear. The interruptions were there. I was checking on Facebook myself, but I was just saying one life at a silence is scary in the middle of the interview, right?
Pardon me?
Silence is scary in the middle of the interview.
Exactly. And in fact, many of them are waiting for the streaming of this now. There are lots and lots of my well wishers, lots and lots of my friends who really want to
That's
see.
okay. That's okay, but that's the part of this thing. But what I'm going to end this interview, I have to, of course, ask you what your dream is, but I want to end this interview by saying that one life at a time, one page at a time, one story at a time, one mom at a time, but we will start it and release it and let the world of mothers take it ahead and feel that everything is possible and it's worthy to be us, however we are. So, what's your dream? And let's wrap it up before my next 3 minute, uh, thing comes back.
See, my dream, see, I know the book is going to be really, it's going to be a big hit, Shika, because the thoughts are very good. I think, I believe in just one thing: if your thoughts are noble, if your intentions are very good, you just don't have to worry about the result. You do your duty. I mean, I believe a lot in Bhagavad Gita. It says, do your duty and the rest will take care of itself. So the intentions are brilliant. And that's exactly the reason why I also wanted to be a part of this lovely movement. Let me also go around, tell people that this is where you all actually belong to, and the world is all yours. The world is your stage. You perform, take it, seize the opportunity, come out with your stories. And like this book, I think all of us should intern the way you have given us opportunities. My dream is I should come up with a small group of, let's say, 20, 30, or maybe even 100 women. Let's cluster all this together and let's have a common thread that we have provided for the women to exhibit themselves. That's all.
Yes,
So I
thank
would
you
like
so
to
much.
take it forward to my own group. So we have 100, 100 will go again into another 100. It will become thousands, and then it goes into millions.
Yes.
And, the whole world will get kind of shrunk into a small village. That's all.
And I talked about that thread
Right.
of the
God,
bee
yes.
to the cord of the bee to the universe outside the earth, that will start buzzing again and will get its life back when it becomes 100 to 100 to thousands to millions. Today it's sounding absolutely insane from my mouth what I'm saying, but let's wait and watch, and let this unfold and we will see. And that's where it will be proven that when your heart speaks and your gut speaks, follow it, because big change happens only then, right? And
Shika, I just want to promise you that we're all there with you, and I really pray God that He gives you all the strength
thank you so
and
much.
all. In fact, you need to tolerate everything that's happening around you, gives you the forbearance, and really, really help you steer this project till its end. And I don't think there's an end to the project. You have just started the project, and it'll keep going on and on like
Yes.
like it'll snowball into something fantastic.
I'll celebrate it on my 100th year celebration of my age, and say, oh, I did it 6 years back. But I also want to say I'm not tolerating anything. I'm only witnessing it, and my job is just to witness. And I brought myself. It takes me up and down every single day, but I keep bringing myself up and saying, let's witness this also, and let's see this also. And so there is not even an urgency to change. It's only a pleasure to witness things unfold and take its own wings. And that's what's happening to me when I'm sitting here. I'm just one of you, and it's just witnessing what's happening. And I'm just blessed that I'm just getting it all together. So, Soumya, before I get stuck again, I want to thank you. I think again my gut worked well. The hidden Soumya was the Soumya that I was looking for, because my confusion of what part of Soumya do I want to bring out has come out. And thank you so much for bringing that out and trusting this place. And and we will explore it. I know you're going to come out as a shining page very soon. So
Shika, one personal wish from my side. You
yes,
know, I just want to stop here with the closing statement. I'm just waiting for the day, not when Shika is going to express what she has gone through in terms of experience. The toddlers of Shika, when they're going to tell that what is that their mom actually did. I
yeah,
think
they've
that's
already
going
started
to
saying I'm saving some mothers. That's what they say. My older one is already saying, I think you're saving mothers. And now he's seen me contributing, sometimes playing music in my interviews. And, so that's the ripple effect that's happening on my older one for sure, who's 7 years old. And he wants to contribute. He's like, can you play this music? I think this music goes. And sometimes the selection of music is, oh my God, this was meant to be for this song. Play it. And with Debbie, he came in and he said, I was also practicing how to interview. And when he said that, I said it in the middle of the interview that my son
I,
is just
and I
saying
did
that,
hear that.
yeah, he's practicing how to interview. So yes, through this, if 100 moms unleash their power, two boys of mine become another channel to take movements like these ahead, some good work is done, and I can leave this world thinking that I've done something worthwhile. So that's
Thank you, Shika.
thank you so much. And let's go off before we get hang again. I'm totally honored to have this here, Soumya, and this part of you will come out because there are beautiful mothers here who can bring it out and who will absolutely understand what you are saying at the age of 18. There are many mothers here like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shika. Thanks a lot
Thank
for this. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye
I'm
bye.
just stopping the live stream. Don't go off. Yeah, I'm just going to stop the live stream.